The residents of Ayr, Ontario are used to driving to get to where they need to be. It's at least 10 minutes away from the closest municipality, but those commute times are going to increase this summer, something that the town is all too familiar with. Northumberland Street is the main artery to enter Ayr, especially for commuters coming off the 401 from Kitchener-Waterloo or Toronto. But Northumberland Street is getting a makeover. It's second in the past 3 years. In 2018, the main drag was shut down to widen the street. Now the bridge, crossing over the normally picturesque Watson Pond, is in for an overhaul. Northumberland Street will be shut down for the entire summer. Along with the revamping of the bridge, bicycle lanes and more sidewalks are also on the docket for the project. 2 years ago, Ayr's community Facebook page was lit up with comments from residents complaining about the inconveniences that the closures brought on. This time around, though, not one mention of the Northumberland project thus far. Without the use of Northumberland Street, commuters now have to take a detour to get to the 401, adding about 10 minutes onto their trips. As Ontario begins to open up after its COVID-19 restrictions, more people will have more places to be. Only time will tell how the residents here will respond to the increased travel times. From Ayr, Ontario, I'm Greg Bowman. Outside City Hall after a council meeting, and we were privy to the extremes of two different emotions.
I've looked at houses and there's nothing that compares to the house that will be leaving. And yes, I really don't know what I'll do.
Nan Finlayson in tears after she found out that she will have to relocate from 100 Stanley Street after a nearly 2-year battle with the city, who wanted her land, but she did not want to give it. Eventually, the city council now has the right to expropriate all of the properties needed to widen Warncliffe Road south near Horton Street. On the other side of things, a little happier tone for those who wanted to save the Red Barn on Halls Mills Road in Byron. It was designated as a heritage site. Demolition will not be committed on it on behalf of the city. It will have to be restored, though, as was mandated in the December meeting. From City Hall, my name is Greg Bowman for XFM.
You're caring for him, that's what kind of held you back from telling anyone?
Yeah, because...
Did you realize it was wrong at the time? You looked at all of this as a means to get to that ultimate goal of yours?
Yeah.
Do you also feel like because you'd already dropped out of school, you didn't have that like academic goal? Do you think that not having that like thing on the horizon, do you think that played an impact on some of the mental state at least?
I never.
Have you found that your studies have helped you cope with what has happened to you a little bit more?
Union President Sam Hammond was in attendance here giving his support towards picketers. He was in St. Thomas earlier this morning, now here in London proper. There's tables set out for coffee. There's a food truck that just rolled up too to help feed some of the picketers. Not much has changed since last week. No negotiations since almost 2 weeks ago. The province isn't budging on their side of things, nor is the union on their side of things. The consensus seems to be that this will be the first of many more province-wide strikes for elementary school teachers. From the picket lines of Kensal Park French Immersion Public School, I'm Greg Bowman for XFM News.